Alright, well thanks for working on the grant. This video is going to show you how to get paid so you can start making the big bucks. You're most likely going to have to do two things. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to fill out this form right here. This is the time and effort report. You're going to fill this out, you're going to print it up, you're going to sign it, and you're going to turn it in to your grant project manager. That's the hard part. The easy part, if necessary, you're going to be filling out electronic timesheets as well. You can access those electronic timesheets in the Rock or on Banner. There's actually going to be a separate video that shows you how to do that. So this video is just going to show you how to do step one, how to fill out this time and effort report. So I should show you where to get it. I'm going to open up my browser here just for a second. I've logged into the Rock. I've clicked the Employee tab. And if you go all the way to the bottom, all the way down here, you'll see Grant Time and Effort Reports. There's a Excel sheet and more modern Excel sheet, I suppose. So let's go back to the Excel sheet and my notes here. So let's start filling this thing out. You put your name in here, you put your S number in here. You're going to pick a pay period ending date. So I'm going to click here and there's a drop down box. Let's pick the pay period ending on February 7th, 2014. That's convenient. All of the dates changed accordingly. So I'm going to make up a scenario here. Let's say you're teaching a 3-credit Monday-Wednesday class, and you're also teaching a 4-credit Tuesday-Thursday class. You're going to have to put the hours you've done for your teaching duties on the left side of this sheet right here, right in this column. So you put in your org code for your department. Mine is 111635. That's math. So I'm going to put in math up here as well. So we need to put some hours in on Monday and Wednesday when we teach this first 3-credit class here. Here's how you do it. That 3-credit class, 2 times a week, is going to meet for an hour and 15 each class period. We're actually going to round that up to 1.5 hours, and we're going to double that. That's going to give us 3. Those 3 hours we're going to put in every Monday and Wednesday for this 2-week period. I'm going down, I'm entering a 3 in each period. There are a lot of different possibilities for the type of class you may be teaching. So here's a general rule of thumb. If you've done this right, you can go to the bottom, and the total number of hours should be the number of credits the class is worth times 4. So 3 credits times 4 is 12, so we've done that correct so far. Let's enter the information for our 4-credit Tuesday-Thursday class. The 4-credit class is going to meet an hour and 40 minutes each class period. We're going to round that up to 2 hours. Going to multiply that by 2, and we get the number 4. I'm starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. We're going to take that 4, and we're going to enter it in everywhere we see a Tuesday, Thursday. And to check ourselves, down at the bottom, we're going to use that rule of thumb. We're teaching 7 credits total. Multiply that number by 4, that's 28. For every biweekly time period, you should have 28 total hours in your teaching column. Now, you may be wondering why we're doing this whole rounding up and multiplying by 2 business. That's what we do to account for all the things you do outside of the classroom as well as inside the classroom. So meetings with students, grading, preparation for lecture, all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. So this column is completely finished here. And it's really not going to change throughout the entire semester except for maybe the spring break or fall break or days when you might not have class. Now what we want to do is we want to put in our actual hours for the grant that we're working on. If you know your org code, you can enter it here. There's also a drop-down box. If you click this, I'll just pick one kind of randomly. Let's say you're doing some ECPAC coaching. I have no idea what that means. If you are doing that, that's your org code right there. And you want to enter your hours in this column right here. Now there is one exception. It's a fairly rare exception, but if you're doing grant work as part of your regular duty pay, then it'll actually go on the left-hand side of this timesheet. If that's the case, or you think it might be the case, just ask your grant manager, and they'll let you know. Most of the time, you're going to be entering your grant hours on this right-hand side. Now, you're not doing any multiplying by 2 or any rounding up or any of this business that we did over here. All you do is just enter the actual hours that you worked. So let's say you worked an hour there on Sunday and 2 hours here on Monday and 4 hours on Thursday and 1 hour on Friday. Okay, and that's all you did for that whole 2-week period. You'll notice everything is totaling. Looks like you worked 8 hours total on the grant for this 2-week period. You had 28 hours of teaching, and all of that is adding up to 36 hours. Now this is looking really fantastic. Let's just kind of scroll over to the right here. You'll notice your org codes have been entered automatically on this right-hand side. You should just write a brief description of what you're doing. So right here you would write in you were teaching your math classes, how many credits of math classes you were teaching, and here you would write something about coaching. I have no idea what that means still. You print this thing up, you sign it down here in this box on the left, and you give it to your grant manager. I have one rule that I want to tell you about. You'll notice that your total number of hours for this biweekly time period turned out to be 36. There's actually an upper limit on the number of hours that you can work in one biweekly period. That number is 56, so I'm going to write down the rule. There it is, no more than 56 hours on average on the biweekly timesheet. If you happen to go over, please contact your grant manager. All right, that's how to do step 1, how to fill out the time and effort report. If you also need to fill out an electronic timesheet, please go to the next video.